14th. Excuse me. Tonight, we're going to be going over market cycles and where to find them. We're also going to be going over reversals and how to find them and why they are so important. And we're also going to be going over a whole bunch of coin, BTC, Ethereum, SHIB, Solana, SCRT, GRT, Axie Infinity, GALA, AVA, CTC, Flow, Hero, IMX, and VRA. And some of the stuff that we're going over are coin that I was checking out months ago, maybe a month or so ago, and we're checking out to see their prices now, to see if they're still worth it, what kind of update can we get. I haven't checked these out. I've done that on purpose so that we can go over them together so you guys can see them as if I'm seeing them. We're also going to go over Bitcoin and what Bitcoin is doing, and if we think that we can get out of, if we can get Bitcoin to finally get back out of its bear tunnel. And I honestly think we can. I think it's on the way. So let me just set a few things up real quick. As always, I'm going to probably share my stream, and then we will get started. Since it's a Tuesday night, we don't need to make this a long video. If we can keep this a half an hour, great. If not, no big deal. I'm here so long as you guys are here. And yeah, let's share the stream. And let's get started and let's check out the market and have a little bit of fun. Check some stuff out. Let's share the stream. This week has been an important week. As you know, Bitcoin has been in its bear tunnel since November 9th. Great. Everybody knows that. That comes to me because it sees me because I say that all the time. That is not what we're going to discuss tonight. What we're discussing is the reversal point, and it is very important that we understand why it's such an important point. And if you want to break it down into why it's so important, it's actually kind of easy, at least for most investors. You want to buy low, sell high, right? That's what everybody says, buy low, sell high. That's how it goes. Well, with these reversal points, you can specifically get in and out of the buying and selling framework that you should be setting up for yourself if you're swing trading or investing, because finding these points, and it can take months before the point reaches there, but finding these points can give you the highest return on investment possible. And I mean, that's the reason why you're doing it, right? That's the whole point of investing. Put X amount in, you want X amount in return. So we're going to go over why we're in these really important points right now. Like I said, just let me share my stream and we're going to get started going over some Bitcoin. All right. We will get started in just a second. I'm going to have to check that out later. Let's see. Okay, now that we got to share that, let's go over Bitcoin. So what can we expect from Bitcoin? Now, I have been going over this. Geez, man, for you guys that have been here, it's been for months and months and months. And the thing that we've been going over is Bitcoin has been in a bear market, okay? It got stuck in two separate bear channels, which of course caused a full bear market cycle. And we're going to go over that. So I've already got that actually mapped out, and we're just going to go over it real quick. We're going to go over what that looks like and how you can use it to your advantage. That's what I'm trying to show everybody. I made a video earlier today that explained these market cycles, and I'm just going over it again in just a live setting so that you can see how I do it, even though it showed on that video how I discover it. We're just going to go over it a little bit more in depth. So what do we know? We know we just had this breakout. How do we know that? Well, November 9th started our bear track, okay? And this is what I mean by our bear track. We know that we've been on this for a while now, okay? So if you're looking at the red right now, the red is going to be considered a bear market cycle. That means we developed lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low, okay? On and on and on. Let me mute that. Sorry about that. Get out of here. Okay. So that's how we develop these trends. That's how we find them, right? So this is a trend right here, this guy. This is our most recent trend in Bitcoin. And this is what I consider to be the November 9th bear tunnel. So we can draw actually a new tunnel on the outside of this, more or less. Let's see what we can get a hold of just on the bottom. Because I've usually kept it as two separate parts, right? So I've kept it as the November 9th tunnel, and then we broke out of that and we developed, I think we broke out of it right there, and then we developed the second tunnel. So from now on, or at least how I'm going to present it more or less, is it's one long bear tunnel. That means price has been going south for a while. So it's been since November 9th, like I've been saying. When is the change? Well, to me, the change has occurred. I've gone over this a bunch now, but I'm going to go over it again. This would be the change point for me. Now, that doesn't mean it is. That means that I have identified an area where it's possibly that we're in this new cycle, right? And here's the reason I say it. So this was a bull market, okay? During this bull market, we started low. We started at 30K. We got all the way up to a brand new all-time high at 64K. So this entire run right here, we can actually move this in a little bit because that would be the cycle. This would be the end of the last cycle, more or less. So we could move this up here, and we could actually consider that to be the end of a previous bear cycle right here, okay? Or I'm sorry, bull cycle. So then we developed a mini bear cycle for just what was that, a couple weeks into another bull. I'm actually going to show what that would look like. These sometimes don't come back and forth, by the way, or if they do come back and forth, like they switch over bull bear, sometimes they're short. You can find short areas in here that definitely, like, they're good selling points. They're good mini points to either sell or get out of. This is going to be green, this guy right here, and this is going to be a little mini bear section. Okay, so in the life cycle, this goes all the way back to September of 2020, Bitcoin's life cycle. So we had a bull pump. This was pretty wild. I remember this when price was finally starting to get into some crazy double digits, like over 20,000, that kind of thing. We then fell just a little bit. Now, this I'm not going to consider a market cycle. A market cycle definitely has to happen for at least like a good 2 months of price falling. If price moves down a couple weeks, to me, that's just price action. That's not a market cycle. Okay, big difference. Market cycle is going to happen over time, and it's going to give you a lot of data. Okay, that's why these chunks, these bigger ones, are definitely cycles. So this is a big market cycle, bull market cycle. This wouldn't be a bear market cycle. This is just bear action, price going down. This would right here would definitely be a bear cycle. This is from mid-April to mid-July. That's absolutely a bear cycle. This would have been our bull cycle. This went from mid-July all the way up to mid-November. And then that's when things started to fall. That's why I think this is such a prime point. Because if you could imagine me telling you guys, like, hey guys, if I would have told you guys that on July 18th, this is the time to buy, like I'm telling you now, look at how long you could have held. You could have basically doubled your investment, right? And that's why it's important that you have your alts as well. Because, again, the reason we go over Bitcoin so much is because your alts follow Bitcoin. Bitcoin controls cryptocurrency. Bitcoin controls how the market moves. And I mean, that's proven. That you can go on any of these coins and you can see the similarities. Doesn't control it directly, it controls it indirectly. It's kind of hard to explain sometimes, but that's definitely the best way that I can explain it. Okay, so where are we at now? Well, to me, this is where we are. Let's get in a little bit closer. So again, this here is that huge bear tunnel. Okay, this guy took us down for a while. We got down to 33K, and then we busted out of this channel. Now, we've busted out of the channel before back here. You see this green line that separates it? This was the week of Christmas. That means that this here could have been an opportunity for me to say, buy, buy, buy. It's time to buy. The cycles are changing, but I didn't. I said, let's wait. Okay? And what happened? We fell. Nola, I just explain it as BTC needs to trend up because lose the BTC dominance. Well, BTC needs to be, how you doing, Nola, by the way? BTC needs to be dominant because the price is definitely going to pick up your alts. So, like, I trade all kinds of alts, right? I'm sure you might as well. So, all of your prices, see all the prices we got here on the side? When Bitcoin is green, the alts will be green. When Bitcoin is red, the alts will be red. And it's just the way it goes. You can compare charts. I've been doing it for years now, and you can directly see how they correlate. So we honestly need BTC to be dominant so that your alts also join with it. See what I'm saying? That's how I see it. I want BTC to be super strong so that we can keep our alts, keep these prices going up, 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 up. But that's what's so nice about this time right now is because this is the buy time. This is when price is low. And we know that. We're on a reversal from 33K. Price has not breached 45K, like for the most part. Price has only broken through a little bit. So to me, any of these areas right now is a place to buy. This is all a place to buy in here. I would say anything under, at this point, anything under 50K would be probably anywhere in this area is going to be good places to buy. Okay, this is all I would consider to be a buy zone. Now, of course, you can buy higher, but it just really depends on what you're looking for and how the market moves when you're trying to get out of the trade, entry and exit, blah, blah, blah. So it depends on how you have things set up. But the reason that I'm kind of ringing the bell is because if we can buy now, by the time we get to new all-time highs, you're either your alts are going to be way up, BTC is going to be way up, because that is what we have that has happened for the last 2 years. I mean, that's absolutely proven. I think we're going to get up to 75K before the end of June. That's my prediction. We'll see if it happens, but like the way that the specific top of this trend that we have here, okay, so we do have this wedge forming, right, with the major uptrend, and we also have the top of our pattern. The way that is angled, it should perfectly get up to the point where 75K to me seems like just a nice round area. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Zach, what's going on, man? Agree with that. Just saying the alts to take off. Crazy alt scene. BTC dominance chart trade sideways or down. BTC dominance chart is against. So I'm not sure what you mean by BTC dominance. The way it, like, I can show you specifically right now, whenever Bitcoin is doing extremely well, all of the alts get pulled up. So if you're saying that Bitcoin shouldn't be doing well, and that's what brings the alts up, that's incorrect. And I mean, I can show you that specifically if you don't believe me, but Bitcoin is by far the most important thing to your alts. There's a BTC. Show me what you mean. I don't know what you mean by BTC dominance chart. Like, what do you mean by dominance? BTC has been dominant since 2009. So what? It depends on what you. I don't know what you mean. Look at the chart. Which chart? But which chart are you talking about? What's going on, Denny? How you doing, bud? Yeah, I'm looking at TradingView. Uh-huh. Got it. BTC Dom? Is this what you're talking about? BTC is a true BTC. Yeah. This is a perpetual futures. It shows the strength of BTC. So is this like a collective? It's a collective of, it's against the alts. So you're saying when this chart specifically, when BTC is doing well, then the alts aren't, and the opposite when BTC is doing worse. And this chart only goes back to June. I'll tell you a lot. Collective, the top 100. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what I'm getting out of it though. It's just like it's BTC Dom perpetual futures chart, but I don't know how to what you're saying to match it up. Yeah, this is just till June. Well, you know what? There's probably other ones. Let's see how far back it goes. This one is August. Seems like there's a few of them. I've never gone back to any of these. I've never gone through any of these, so I'm interested. BTC top 100 alts. Okay. Okay, so BTC dominance is low. I don't know how to define what BTC dominance means. What it like could I wish I could understand what you mean by dominance, because to me that just means that if Bitcoin is doing well, the others are doing bad. So if that's what it means by dominance, I just don't know how they're putting that together, like Bitcoin with the combination of the alts in the chart. See what I'm saying? Like, I get what you mean. I don't know how to use that to my advantage, especially because I don't know what it's including. Does it change around the alts at the same time? What market cap is inside of it? I don't know a lot about it, to be honest. So this is something I'm gonna have to actually check out. But I'm super glad that you're bringing it up because I love learning new stuff. So to me, this is totally different. I've never looked at a BTC dominance chart, and if it's something that I should check out, then I absolutely will. You're actually the first one that's brought it to my attention. I've never heard of the BTC dominance chart. But so what you're saying is when the dominance chart shows BTC's being dominant, you know, style of TA would be good for. Okay, cool. Just look it over when you have the time. Well, you know what, Nola? I super appreciate you telling me that. I'm being dead serious. Thank you very much. I'm actually putting this in my notes, and I'm gonna put this. So it's an index chart. Okay, hold on. What's this one here? Maybe this one's it. Maybe this one goes back further. Ah, interesting. I like learning new things. Remember, I've been doing this for a while, but I totally love hearing about new things, new strategies, what this is. And I know a good amount of stuff, but I've never heard of the dominance chart. Market cap day. So how far does this guy go back? Now, this uses a percentage on the side. This one specifically is using a percentage. You know what, man? I appreciate you mentioning it to me. It's something I guess I'm going to have to actually check out what it is and what it's showing to me. This one's interesting. This goes all the way back to May, and it's saying when Bitcoin was dominant all the way up until January of 2017. So maybe when the alts started to get more relevant, I guess that's when BTC's dominance fell and the alts rose. Okay. Oh, this is pretty neat. You know, I don't know if I've ever checked this out. So now I see what you're saying. Now I see what you're saying in correlation with this specific chart. Interesting. Well, that's a hell of a way to start the show, guys. I know we got a few guys in here, but I barely just started the show, and me and Nola have been having a discussion about the BTC dominance chart, which I am not versed on, and I'm glad he's bringing it up. This is why this show is such a beautiful thing. I want you guys to bring this stuff up. I want you guys to tell me things that might do better for you or me, because I'm giving out info to you. It falls against the alt, but doesn't have a crash against. Okay. No, Nola. Actually, dude, this live show is for you guys. Remember, I'm day trade full time. This live show is to help you guys. So when you're bringing up something like this to me, something that I am just not, I'm just not versed on it. I've never done it before, and it's something very interesting that you're pointing out. The strength of Bitcoin dominance. I just don't know what's included, but the dominance of Bitcoin versus the alt. I really like that you're telling me that because I didn't know that kind of thing was out. I mean, I know they have other sites and stuff you can go to where you can get that kind of mixed info, but I didn't know something like that existed on TradingView. This is pretty neat. And actually, Nola, I don't know if you're a part of the Facebook, but if this turns out to be good enough for me to incorporate into something, I will totally share this kind of thing in the Facebook. Because to me, it's important that I give as much good information out to my other guys as possible. So, Nola, I super appreciate that. I have this written down. I'm actually going to save this. BTC.D. For anybody else that's in the chat, because I know we got a few guys in here. Zach, Denny, I don't know if anybody else snuck in past me, but this is interesting. I might incorporate this somehow into my own TA. Just if that's the kind of info it gives me, then I need to see what I can do for it to maybe give more info to you guys, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But that's really cool that if the alts are doing well, BTC of course is doing worse. So where is BTC tied in with how the rest of the market is going? I get it. It's a $3 trillion market, right? Bitcoin makes up 1 trillion, right? So this is showing me how 2/3 of the market is reacting and how Bitcoin is doing compared to the other 2/3. I got it now, I think. I know you said top 100, but to me, top 100 has to be what? A huge chunk. Top 100 or top 10? Top 100 has to be a huge amount of market cap. So yeah, I'm going to say that that's probably what I'm looking at. And that's really interesting. I didn't know that you could really check out this kind of thing. I'm actually really excited about it. I don't know if you could tell. To me, this is interesting. Whenever I find new info like this that I can like pour through, I get excited about it. So cool. This is great. I'm going to continue on with the show, but you didn't hijack anything. I really appreciate you showing me this. This is good info. I've never checked out this chart, but I think I have more of an understanding now. What I'll probably do is I'll probably find a YouTube video. I watch a lot of YouTube stuff that explains these things. So I'm going to actually try to find a YouTube video to see how I can use this and incorporate it with my TA, because what you're talking about is super interesting. So you could see how the alts are doing. So, okay, let me back up. When I go over Bitcoin, so just so you know, Nolan, well, if you have this kind of information, you probably know. To me, Bitcoin and the way Bitcoin moves, just Bitcoin regular, okay, so the Bitcoin chart, controls, and by controls I mean has a very big influence on how your altcoin reacts. So let's just use a quick example, okay? I did this a couple days ago. So I'm on the 3 hour. Let's go on the, let's go on the 6 hour, okay? So let's look. We've got, we'll say this U shape, okay? So we have a fall back up and this U shape. So let's see if we can find that. Do you see this U shape on BNB? Do you see what I'm talking about? Let's go to something else. Thoughts on more. BTC is good. Alts are good. Definitely agree. BTC is king. It's just, well, I mean, it's just the facts. BTC, like, I'm not in love with BTC. BTC just so happens to be the model of what altcoins follow. So it's like, I have to follow Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I want to. Bitcoin, of course, was the first, the biggest, the best, the baddest. But that doesn't mean I want to follow it so I can see how well my alts are going to do. But I found that specifically, that's how it works out. Let's go over something else just to show you what I'm talking about. So we'll go over Crow. And that's a little U shape. Maybe that doesn't count. We'll go over comp. So you see this U? Okay, just like BTC I showed earlier. Let's go over ETC. So you see the U? See what I'm saying? So Ethereum, the U, again, see the U? I can go over probably most of these, and see the U again. So what I'm just trying to show you is that BTC's chart movement on the main BTC's specific chart movement also affects your alt. That's why I go over it so much. that BTC dominance chart, I am going to have to check out. One of them had a friggin' percentage. And to me, that's even more important because then I can see the actual percentage broken down for me already versus how the alts are doing as a whole. You know what I mean? Very cool chart. Thank you for bringing it up to me. But I just did want to show you a little bit of why I go over BTC. And I go over BTC so much. I'm sure you guys hate it probably half the time. But we go because it's like going through the whole market. It's going, look, U-shape. Okay, this is LTC. I'm sorry, Matic. U-shape. And I can probably do this with every single one. Let's go over SHIB. U-shape. That's in the triangle. Let's say that doesn't count. Here you go. SNX. U-shape. So that's what I was trying to that's what I try to show when I'm developing those reversals, which is the reason that I was going over it in the first place. I wanted to show everybody market cycles. Since we just had a bunch of guys join in, I know we're Mr. Gade, how are you, bud? Since we just developed a good amount of guys now, and Nola, thank you so much for pointing that out to me. I don't know if you've been here before, but it's that kind of information. It's that kind of thing that I want discussed here. It's that kind of chart. It's that kind of TA. You're the kind of person that I want in Conquering Crypto Facebook, so we can discuss this stuff. The more information we can give to each other to share. I didn't know much about the BTC dominance chart specifically. I want to know more. So I really appreciate that kind of stuff. And I will always, always read it, check it out, and we can discuss it together. Because it's a beautiful thing when you share that kind of information. Okay, anyway. Mr. Gade, how are you, bud? So real quick, because I know people are just coming in now, I just want to show the market cycles and how it looks. Now, I did put out a videos, and I did discuss it with Nola earlier. I haven't. Your TA and TV basket comment made me check in. I didn't know that. Thank you. Oh, well, see, I'm glad you know. That's what I mean. I want to try to give you that kind of thing. Because, dude, I wouldn't be going over to get Bitcoin that much. Like, Bitcoin's cool. It's the master. It's the Mac Daddy. It's the guy that was there before. But did you see how we just went through the rest of the market, but looked at BTC and how BTC is moving and how the rest of the market is moving pretty much the exact same way, but in its own way, you know? It's not up at, 60,000, 40,000. You know what I mean? It's down low. So, like, let's just go to Solana real quick. Did we even go on Solana? I think we might have, but look, see the U again? These shapes and the way that Bitcoin moves is also embedded in how your altcoin moves. And so whenever I trade and scalp, I have to have Bitcoin there first. Bitcoin, because I know that my alt is going to follow that direction. And I'm not saying that it is all 100% of the time. What I'm saying is that there is an influence of Bitcoin on how your alt acts. It's almost, because it's the big guy, it affects how everybody else sees the market. So I'm guessing that it has a chunk, a percentage of your alt is definitely influenced by Bitcoin. And that's what I wanted to show you. And again, that's why I go over the market cycles. That's also why when I go over the market cycles, it's so important to me. Because this way, you can also see how your alts are going to perform. You know what I mean? If you can detect when the market's not doing too well, okay, and then you can detect that reversal like I've been doing now, then guess what? You can buy low. You can buy at one of the lowest spots. That's why I keep trying to feed you guys this info. Because if we're at the lowest low now, like let's look at the market cycle changes, okay? So here's the market cycle changes. Look. So back in here, back all the way in September of 2020, boom, we went on a nice bull run. We fell a little bit. That's not a bear market cycle. That's too small. You're going to get market cycles that have to happen at least 2 months or so. If it happens a lot shorter than that, that's probably just price action. But that's debatable. People like to debate what's an actual bear market, what's an actual bull market. I define it my way by over a long amount of time, at least 2 to 3 months. Higher highs were developed for a bull market, lower lows were developed for a bear market. That's it. Nice and simple. So then I can draw a trend line and figure out what direction we might continue in. Then, like you're playing Mario Kart, when you see that big old U-turn, you know to switch direction, right? You know to go the other way. Finding that U-turn in the market can make you dollars, okay? That's why it's so important. So to me, okay, bull cycle, little bear movement, then another bull cycle. This bull cycle was the biggest one. I'm not sorry, not the biggest one, but it was one of the best ones that Bitcoin ever went on. So this was January 2021, and it started to descend in April of 2021. We then hit a full-on bear cycle. From that bear cycle, we hit 30K, and after that, we hit an all-time high. That's why I really wanted us to get back down to 30K, because if you've seen, we went back down to 30K before, and guess what? All-time high. So what happened after that? We hit 30K again, and guess what? All-time high. We went down to 33K this time, and I think we are going to hit 75K. I'm going to say mid-May, and I'm probably going to write that down, and I'm going to put that as part of my official TA for the future, but I need a little bit more information in the market, but that's probably going to be it. So where are we now? Where are we now? What can we do now? Well, if I'm right, I might be wrong. I don't know. But if I'm right, then that means this area we're at right now would be like us looking at this back here. Okay? So imagine all of that is gone. Let me move it over. So imagine that we're right here back in August. Okay? And this is what I see. And I'm like, guys, hey guys, look, reversal. This would be a reversal point, right? And look what happened after. Developed an all-time high. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is I think that time, I have all the indications of that time is right now. So you guys can take that info and go, well, if he's saying that Bitcoin is going to go back up like crazy, then what do we know? Our altcoins are going to follow. We know that. Like we know that just from correlation alone and how your alts follow it. So we know that. We know it's going to follow Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, all of it, it's going to follow suit. Speaking of, let's go over Ethereum. So I wanted to explain market cycles before we continue. I am going to go over Ethereum. For the rest of you guys that have been joining us, I have a kind of a list of some coin that we went over previous that I'm also going to check out now just to see how they're doing. Now on the Ethereum chart, check this bad boy out. On the Ethereum chart, I actually specifically put buy and sell points, okay? The start in December of 2020, this would have been the start of a bull market. We would have sold when we started to see price drop because that would have been a potential area for reversal. See this nice trend here? Once we started to head south, lower low, lower high, that's when we can say, okay, this is a time to sell. So that's a perfect trade. Do you see what I mean? You bought low, you sold high. That's what we're doing here today to find those points. Or, you know what I mean? That's like one of the best things you can do if you're new to trading. And that's why I put out this info. This is perfect for people that are just getting started, or even if you're a little bit more advanced, it's great to find this info. So again, this would have been a great sell point. A little bit of a bear section here. We went back into a bull section. This was a reversal. So this would have been, of course, a good time to buy all the way up until another sell point. And of course, guess what? Guess what? We just went over Bitcoin, right? What have I been saying for how long? Toby the Wuss, what's going on, man? So I've been saying for a while now, this whole Bitcoin market, the bear version, started in November, right? Well, look at Ethereum, November. Now, I can go over any single one of these coins, and so long as they have history within the last, like 8 months, in November, you will see each and every one has a bear section. And why is that? Because they all follow Bitcoin. That's why it's so important. We are going to go over actually Ethereum as it is. We talked about this the other day of good areas that would be to scalp it, to get in, get out fast. I think we hit another buy area. We went over specific price points like, oh, if I buy on this breakout, because Ethereum just broke out of its channel, okay, for the first time ever. That has never happened since Ethereum has been rolling. We have not, I'm sorry, since November. So since November, see this channel here? We have not broken out of this channel the entire time it's been in it. Now, Bitcoin broke out of it once. Things like Solana, I think, broke out twice. But when these breakouts happen, that means it's a chance for reversal. Well, guess what? Bitcoin just reversed. It's a reverse. It's not up for debate. Bitcoin just reversed. Could price still fall? Absolutely. We're going to make a plan that price is going to continue because it's a reversal point, and it seems like the reversal point is going to have a nice bull carry. So look what just happened. Look what just happened to Ethereum. January 23rd, let's take a look. We're now moving in the other direction. We're headed back up into our bull direction. That's what we want. So I'm going to say on Ethereum, anything below 4,000 is probably a great buy. We can pick apart as much as we want where would be good scalping points. Should I buy at 3,100 to sell at 3,370? Well, the thing is, since we use the same mapping and almost nothing has changed, especially even with we fell a little bit below our recent trend line, but it was picked right back up. So clearly not a big deal. But if you wanted to get in now at the 3,100 level, 3,200 level, 3,370, 3,820, and 4,050 are still great spots where you can get back out. This is the all-time high area, so this is as high as Ethereum's ever gone. Now, I like to sell way before that because most of the time you don't bust into an all-time high. So if you're asking me, I like to sell at least 10% before that kind of thing, you know what I mean? So you make sure you get the sale, you know? And as long as you get the sale, who cares if you lose out on a few bucks? But what happens if you don't get the sale at all? Then you don't get any of the bucks. No profit for you. So I like to do it beforehand. All right, we got in BTC, we got in Ethereum. We know Ethereum is also on a reversal. Remember, when we go over these alts and everything else tonight, almost everything's on a reversal, guys. Why is that? Why is that? Because Bitcoin's on a reversal. That's why it's so important. We can judge how our alt's going to react based on how Bitcoin. So the reason I know this even more is I do this thing trading BNB on PancakeSwap. And it has to do with like betting if you think BNB will go up or down. And the way that I do decent is I watch what Bitcoin does and I place my orders based on Bitcoin, not BNB. So that's even further proof to myself how much Bitcoin controls the price, because I don't even need to look at BNB. I can look at Bitcoin, bet on BNB, and I get the same winning results. So there you go. There's a little bit extra. All right, we're going to go over SHIB. Shibu Inu, one of our popular pups. It has been doing splendid. So by that I mean, guess what? Guess what? It's on a reversal. What did we talk about? All of this stuff's going to be on reversal. And let me tell you, most of the things that we're going to check out are on a reversal. Right now, we're kind of inside of this parallel channel. We have some other points inside the channel that we can use. I'm actually going to get rid of them. I think it's time that price is developing in its own area, and this is the area. We do have some kind of maybe symmetrical triangle going on. I'll be honest, I am not in love with this pattern. This pattern doesn't do a lot for me, but if the pattern I don't like, I don't know if I've explained this before, but what I like to do is I like to put price inside of a box. Okay, so you put price in a consolidation box. When it breaks the box, that's when you know to either jump on the scalp, or that's when you know that the coin is headed in the direction that maybe you want, bull or bear. So when one of these alarms hits, I know to check price to see if it's breaking through. This is also a great way that you can check for breakouts on patterns. So I am going to be watching this all night, and actually if it does break out of this triangle, I am totally going to trade it, and I will trade it live just to show you an example of how I do it. I trade a lot on KuCoin futures. That's where I probably trade 80% of the time. Everything long that I hold is either in stocks or I have a lot of stuff on Voyager, but I do most of my stuff in KuCoin futures. That's where I place a lot of my scalps. So when it comes to scalping, that's my bread and butter. So when I find those points and I want to show and explain something, I will bring that up to you guys. Now that we got done over SHIB, SHIB looks like it's, again, this is a great place to buy. For SHIB, anything under 5,000 to me is perfect. I think we're going to reach new all-time highs with SHIB probably the same time we are in Bitcoin. And honestly, I can probably say that with a lot of coin. A lot of these coin that you see on the side are probably going to develop all-time highs. And guess what's going to do it? Bitcoin is going to be the one to drag it. Now, because Nola mentioned earlier the BTC dominance page, I am really going to check that out. That is super interesting, especially since I saw the tail, like the top tail on that chart. Let me show you why. That's really interesting to me. See this top tail on this chart here? Now, it also says 100%. Now, I am not 100%, like I said earlier, versed in this chart, right? But to me, this is telling me if Bitcoin had dominance in the market 100% all the way up until March of 2017, I want to say in 2015 is when Ethereum came out. And then Ethereum probably started to take bigger chunks. So did Litecoin and some other stuff. But to look at this chart and to see how well Bitcoin is doing compared to the rest of the market, that is really interesting to me. I've never gotten to look at it on this scale. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that because it was a really good thing to bring up. But if you look at this tail, there was nothing else to challenge Bitcoin. What did we have? A couple coins here and there. Until Ethereum came around, you'll notice that we did not even have a move in this dominance chart. So to me, that's really interesting. The more coin we get and the higher those coin get, the less BTC is the you know what I mean? The less BTC dominance we're gonna have. So that's really interesting. I'm absolutely putting this a part of my my watch list, and I'm gonna be checking it out. Thank you once again, by the way. Let's go over Solana. Solana is one of my favorite. I know these were earlier. I did all these earlier in another video, and I did want to brush up on these, but that's okay. We're going over them together, and of course, if anybody has any questions or wants to ask anything, you can ask now, but we'll go over that because I've got some alts to throw at you that I was checking out price a while back, and we're gonna check it out, update it together because I haven't checked that stuff out for a while. Solana is on a reversal. So you see this channel that it developed recently? Okay. Now, if you'll notice the red box around it, you'll never guess why it's down. You'll never guess where the red box starts. It's in November from where Bitcoin started to fall. Once again, Bitcoin started to fall. Look, this is November. Solana falls with it. Bitcoin's in a reversal. Solana's in a reversal. Now, Solana just started to develop this wonderful little uptrend right here. And now, of course, it's not a trend. That's just a point. But I think that's going to turn into an uptrend. We did not fall back inside of the bear channel, which is huge because that means that the strength is there. We had this nice little spot here that was a good support that maintained and held. And I honestly think we're going to just bounce right off of that and head right back up. But again, the only way all of this is going to happen is Bitcoin has to be there first. Bitcoin has to be in the green, repeatedly green, in order for your alts to be green. It's just a fact. It's the way it goes. So we really all have to like cheer on Bitcoin at this point because, you know, I want my SHIB to do great. I want my Solana to do great. And it's only going to happen if Bitcoin does great. So now we're going to go into our second part. We've been going on for about 45 minutes. No big deal. We've got a good amount of people in here. Thanks for coming out, guys. Again, Conquering Crypto Tuesday night. You can find us on Facebook, TikTok, TradingView. If you want to tip me, you can tip me through Venmo. And thanks for joining me, man. You guys can ask questions whenever you want. We're gonna go over the new coin that I've never checked out this top one, but you know what? I've checked out at least some of these, but we're gonna go over them together. One of the things I like to do, and I'm gonna show you guys, is I like to go over what is called the crypto bubble chart. Now, in this bubble chart, you can see what's doing really well for your coin or for the coin market that week. So, of course, if we go to look at the market caps, we can see that, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're the big boys. They are the market, right? Well, they're at least, what, half the freaking market? So, boom, this is market cap. So if we're looking for it for the day, what specific coin are doing well, I come here every single day to see how the market's doing as a whole, to see how big Bitcoin is, and to just check out these coins to see what's good for the day. And the way I developed what we're going to check out tonight, we're going to check out SCRT, GRT, AXS, which is Axie Infinity, and GALA. So those are going to be the newest coin that, because they did well today, we're just going to chart them, check them out, see, you know, play around with them a little bit, and then we're going to go over some of the other coin that I went over last month. Now, for you guys that were here last month, we went over all of this coin, okay? We went over tons of coin that I said, mark these points because they're going to be ultra low points, and they could be great to buy into if Bitcoin takes off. Well, guess what? Bitcoin's starting to take off. It's just getting its engines ready, right? Let's go over that other coin. So if you've been following that with me, I know a couple of you have. We're going to go over some of that tonight. That's AVA, CTC, Flow, Hero, IMX, and VRA. Let's do it, baby. So we are going to go over SCRT. I think I've gone over SCRT before. Let's see. Oh, clearly I have. So I was a liar. I've gone over all 4 of these. I thought that some of these were new, but listen, I track so many different coin and I have so many different lists, you don't remember it all. So let's check it out. SCRT, what you been up to? We're going to go on the 6 so we can get out. So first of all, what do we do first of all? Technical analysis. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What trend am I on? Well, I am on an uptrend. Okay, so we are going to actually mark that out. So if you want to get technical with this, you actually have 2 separate uptrends. You have another uptrend here, but we're going to call this a new one we're on, our main, and we're going to call this guy down here our secondary. So I'm going to give him a dash line. So that indicates to me that's my secondary. It could still be used, but for right now, not using it. That's where we were. The new one is where we have the possibility of going. So let's change that orange. I like a nice orange color. All right. So the highest price SCRT got to was 10.75. Right now it's at 6.74. I guess it had a nice jump today if we go in. Of course, Bitcoin had its jump. So, of course, your alts are going to have their jump. And I guess this one was pretty nice. So I guess this was like 10 to 15%. And there it is right in there. Hopefully it keeps following this line. If we can follow, again, it sounds like a broken record, but if Bitcoin can keep going, then this guy can also keep going. SCRT is something you might want to check out. It's halfway almost. The average on this is 2.5, but it probably sat low for a while. Yeah, see this? So I don't like to consider that always to be the average. We'll say the average right now would be 5, since high was almost 11, 5. So anything above 5 might be too high. So if it's going to continue on this, and if you want to risk it, you can jump into it. But for my taste, I would probably wait until it's like 5 or below. That all depends on your risk assessment. But this looks good. It's on an uptrend. It's probably going to continue if Bitcoin does, right? So this could be a low. Depends on your level of risk. Next one we're going to go over is GRT. Where are you at? Now, GRT, you can see, is something that we've checked out before. This is the graph. I like it a lot. Now, it's been in this great big old wedge, almost the triangle now for a while, right? We tried to gauge a few different breakouts on this, as you can see, and nothing has worked out. We've bottomed out right now at 0.47. At one point, this was all the way up to 2.8. So it really depends on how you feel about getting into GRT. It did have its jump today. See here, Bitcoin had its jump. So today, of course, it had its jump like all the other altcoins did. So it really depends on your level of risk. We're going to say an average for this guy is probably anything below 1. So this could be a prime buying spot if you feel like GRT is going to be something you want to check out in the future. Now, we don't go over things like financials and market cap. We don't go over the white paper. All I'm doing is showing technical analysis. If you want to go into this stuff further, do your own research. Check it out for yourself and see what the coin does. See if they work with smart contracts. See if they have some kind of NFT program. See what they do first before you go investing. What I do all day long is work on technical analysis. So I'm just trying to show you technical analysis for all these different coins of what the possibilities could be. So if you then do your research and combine it with, oh, they've got this blockchain setup coming out, and it's on Web3. Oh my God, that sounds like a great deal. And it's at a great price. It's really low. Buy it. That's what I'm saying. Do your own research and check this stuff out on your own. I'm just going over the TA. Next one is going to be Axie Infinity. Now, Axie Infinity, is probably some of you know, is a game. They got really popular apparently this past October. This bad boy got all the way up to 166. Okay. Getting real popular. I saw the download count was something crazy. I jumped on it. I don't like it. I'll be honest. I don't like the game. So I stopped. But I've been wanting to play NFT games. Right now I'm playing an NFT type game called Clash of Streamers, and actually I like it. I've tried a couple. This one I like, so I'll probably play it for a little bit, see if I can get into the NFT thing. I do own some NFTs, but I'm not big into it. Anyway, Axie Infinity. So Axie has what looks like maybe the possibility of a Head and Shoulders, which is not good, by the way. Head and Shoulders pattern, I believe, is bear. So I don't know if we want it to be Head and Shoulders pattern, but this is a but. I don't know. That doesn't look like it's not a Head and Shoulders, right? I don't think that's a perfect fit. I'm not in love with putting the Head and Shoulders on top of that and saying this is it. But if it is, then we could be seeing something interesting if it gets back down to 45. Because clearly you can see the way Head and Shoulders works is it's going to then jump back down. It retests this area and it goes back down into like a channel. So you want inverted Head and Shoulders is a bull symbol, but the regular Head and Shoulders is a bear symbol. I'm not saying this is Head and Shoulders, but that looks interesting. I think the game is going to keep getting more and more popular. I think we're going to come to a head just like 90s internet did, to where there's going to be so many of them. You really have to like pick and choose what you think is the best game or what you think is going to do well in the future. Because there's Decentraland and there's just so many games, and there's no way that there's just going to be enough people to play them all, you know? And there's going to be more and more and more. So it's not like as if you can say, well, you know, I want to play these games, but what's going to be popular? And right now, honestly, it's kind of like the Wild West. It's hard to tell what's going to be the winner, what's going to be at the end of the tunnel, right? So all of this stuff to me is kind of like experimental phase. I think Axie is still going to do well. If we see right here, the main uptrend it developed got broken. All right, so that would have been an uptrend if we played with price anytime before December 8th for the most part, right? So early December, we'll say. Now, if we can get back up above that, this is why uptrends are so important and trends are so important. But if we can get back up there, of course, it's got a ways to go, then you know things are getting serious, okay? Because that's actually pretty far. That doesn't mean this can't be a time when a bull market starts. So let's look at that real quick. For Axie Infinity, it's possible that this was its little bull run, right? That could have been its bull run, or its bear run, right? So this could have been its bear run, and now this is the switch for the bull to take over. It really depends on how you want to look at it. The other thing that I see is I do see kind of a cup and handle. Let's see. I do see some kind of cup and handle going on. So see how we've got our cup there? This wouldn't be a great handle. I'm saying that this would be the handle. So it is inverted, which is a bull pattern. So, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Zach, speaking of games, what other games? Yeah, speaking of games, Axie Infinity. Let's go to GALA, G-A-L-A. Now, GALA, what happened here? Because I had it and it went away. What's going on with GALA? All right, there we go. I don't know why it disappeared on top of in my watch list, but it did. It disappeared. GALA games. So, let's see how we're doing. We've got definitely an uptrend. That's good. That's what we want. We did hover along the uptrend for a while, so this could be, look, we got like a reversal point. So you see this here? This is a reversal point. This could have been a triangle. See this bad boy right there, this triangle? So this would have been a nice reversal point to get in at this spot. So 20 cents. It got all the way up to 4 cents, 35 cents, somewhere's in there. I think it's going to keep doing better and better. I don't know the game specifically that it's tied to, the GALA game. I haven't tried that one. I've tried a bunch of them. I haven't tried whatever GALA is tied to. That's something I do plan on checking out in the future. Which comment, Zach? You said, speaking of games, did you say anything else in there? And if you did, go ahead, say it again. We're going to keep moving forward. So now we're going to go over AVA. Oh, now AVA bounced. AVA bounced. So that's something you want to check out. Naka USDT. So do you see everybody else in the stream what Zach just did? You can do it too. If you want to mention any coin like he did, I imagine we can go over it. We can check it out. So I've got that written down, and we'll go over it when I'm done going through some of the other stuff. Look at this, guys. Look at this perfect bounce that happened. I totally missed out on this. Now is the time. So I got to be honest. Now is the time when I'm going to start going back over this stuff because I think the bull cycle is here, which means I have to start putting money on this stuff because I think it's just going to start flying. This is a perfect reversal point. Look at that. So this would have been a really nice spot to get back in on. Look at this guy. Cut right through there, and then that would have been a nice area. AVA is looking good. Now, we do want it to get outside of this wedge pattern, okay? It's kind of got a flat bottom. Maybe that's flat bottom. I don't know. That's debatable. But no matter what, that's a wedge pattern. That could have some interesting areas when we get all the way back up to somewhere probably in there. We could look for breakouts, that kind of thing. So I'm actually going to put an alarm here because I'm interested. If we get back up there with AVA, I'm going to have to jump back all over it. Next one's going to be CTC. CTC, I might actually already have alarms on. No. So CTC fell out of its triangle, but you know what? That's not a big deal. I'm just going to move what the actual pattern is. So right now, it's still in its wedge. CTC is still forming. Credit coin. There is possibility, just like in our last one, AVA, there is possibility for this kind of action for an eventual breakout. So it's definitely something to be checked out. And actually, just like I did with the other one, I am putting an alarm right about there. That'll tell me if we do get back up to the top of the channel, because then again, it could work out as a perfect short. I'm not sure if that's going to work out as a long. So I'll check that out later on. Next one is going to be flow. We got still a good amount of them. So the rest of the show is going to be just us going over the remainder of these coin, and then we'll probably call it. We're about an hour now. We'll get in Zach's coin. If anybody else has any coin, of course, guys, if you have anything else you want to go over, more than welcome to. Just let me know. And we'll go over these. We still have something like 8 to 10 left. The stuff I wanted to go over. Oh, actually, it's not that many. Never mind. We only have about 5 or 6 left. So if you guys do want to give me any other coin besides the NAKA, we can check that out. But if that's it, then we'll call it probably after that, just because we're already over an hour. And it's a Tuesday show. Tuesday show, an hour is usually plenty. My voice is shredded. Friday, I like going 2 hours and more. So let's go on to our next one, flow. Flow is the worthless coin. And oh, look at this. So flow is on a reversal, guys. It could, well, kinda. Flow is definitely one of, check that out. So this could be a great reversal point. So with flow, MCM content, is that a coin? M content? Can you give me the coin market cap or the trading view thing for that? I don't think I know what M content is. Is that a coin? And if it is, of course, we'll check it out. We'll check it out anyway. Real quick, I'm going to go over flow. Go ahead and tell me what the M content is, and yeah, we'll check it out later. Flow started all the way up at 35. It just fell and fell and fell. It reached a point where for the first time it was on a reversal, and that happened like a week or two ago. So it has been coming back up to life. If you're looking to get into the flow, my opinion is now is the time. It's at a perfect spot to be purchased, especially once again, if Bitcoin's actually going on its reversal. This is the time to get in, guys. Next one is going to be Hero. Hero is another one. Yes, it's a coin, but not on TradingView. So What I usually do for that is I check out the CMC. So what we'll do is I'll let myself know that's on CMC, and we'll try to check it out that way, because sometimes if you go to CMC, they allow you to see um, a trading view chart, and sometimes it works. So if we can get there and we can see it, we'll try to go over it. The other thing is I usually go to a different site. It's called like PooCoin, Charting PooCoin, and they give you trading view charts sometimes. Even when the coin cannot be on TradingView. So we'll try it out in a little bit. We have a few more coin, and then we'll get to that, my friend. Hero, Flow. Yeah, so Flow. Perfect time to buy. It's at a nice low area. It's on a new uptrend. Again, if Bitcoin is going up and up and up, so will Flow. And it's at a reversal point, which means this is probably going to be one of the lowest prices to get in at. Hero. So Hero, I guess, started to slack. So check this out. Got all the way up to 0.26. I was really hoping that we would look at this. It developed a head and shoulders, and it fell out of it. So did you guys see that? Look at that. Head and shoulders fell out of the head and shoulders. I didn't realize that. Yes, PooCoin. I'm not kidding. It's some kind of, yeah, I'll show you in a bit. It's some kind of PooCoin site, but the site allows you to, it's made so that you can chart DeFi, which that's the reason why I like it. So sometimes if it's not on TradingView, this PooCoin site allows you to chart things. I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you. Just bear with me. Hero, it did fall out of what appears to be some sort of head and shoulders, and it fell out of that. So we're gonna see. Hero might not be, I don't know enough about it. Yeah, PooCoin definitely specializes in shit coins. I mean, that's what they do. It's a ton of DeFi coins. You'll see the page. I don't know how I feel about Hero at the moment, so I'm putting that on hold because I don't know how I feel about it. I don't like that it fell out of that pattern. So I need to update my notes. All right. That'll be something I check out later. Okay, let's keep going. IMX. IMX was in this channel, this descending channel. I remember this, and it looks like it, well, it almost tried to get out, and then it performed what looks to be some kind of double fake out. Check that out. Huh. And it could not escape. So now it has this mini area up top, but this is now secondary. It's not as important. So we'll see what happens. I don't like the fact that it did not break through. IMX could be in a little bit of trouble. We kind of have to come back to it. That's going to be something that I check out in the future. Not in love with the way IMX looks right now. It is at 2.4. It did get all the way up to 9.49. 9.5 more or less. So it really depends on your level of risk if you want to get to it, because $2 would be a nice return if it does get all the way back up to 9.5, but we'll see. I don't know how much I'm feeling it. And our last one is going to be VRA, and then we're going to do NAKA, and we're going to check out the M content, and then we'll call it a night. So VRA is our next one. Ooh, VRA is in reversal, guys. So look at that. So we had this full downtrend here. You'll never guess when the downtrend is. November. Followed Bitcoin. That's what it does. So this whole downtrend with VRA, it had the opportunity to bust out of here a few times. It even had a triangle pattern. But if you'll look, this was a whole reversal. So VRA is in reversal. I have to write that down. Okay, notes for myself for later. VRA is now at 0.03. It was all the way up to 0.08. And if you want to get into something cheap that could do something later on, that's Veracity. So definitely check out VRA, especially now that it's on a reversal point. So we're going to check out your guys' stuff now. So NAKA. Interesting. So the only thing with this is it looks like it's crashed a bit. So it came out, went all the way up to 8, fell immediately, went back up to almost 7, fell a couple weeks ago in November. Wait, is it this year? Where am I at? February, December. Yeah, so this is all this year. It formed what seems to be almost a double top. We got a nice M pattern here. And then it's fallen. So what are you thinking? Are you thinking about jumping into it? To me, that looks worrying. I don't like that prices crash so level. It's not, let's see, the original trend. The original uptrend could have been developed there, and that was broken, so that's not a good sign either. I don't know how I feel about it. It's one of those things where if I look at it on the chart does not look good. I can tell you that. So to me, the chart for NAKA does not look good. So just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's going to be worth something in the future. You have to definitely check out and see what else it does. So I guess maybe this is a game. Is it? I don't know if it's a single game or a combination. That's something I have to check out. But there you go, NAKA. Just wondering why it was so powerful for a while and then went to hell. To be honest, I don't know. I have no idea. Got up to 8 November, and yeah, I don't know. That's something that's the kind of perfect thing to do to type into Google, like NAKA USDT price fall reason. And Google can usually give you some kind of, sometimes if you search, you can figure out what happened, the game left, or you know what I mean? There's a million different reasons for this stuff. But to me right now, I would normally say like, oh, it's a steal. I don't know if it's a steal. I don't know if 60 cents is actually worth it because I'm not exactly sure what they do. And more important, well, clearly they deal with games, but more importantly, the uptrend is broken. It's going to need so much strength at this point to get back up. I don't know where I'm at on the visual range. Let's see, because that can make it even more interesting. Yeah, so all of the power, all of the buying area is down low here. I don't know, just doesn't look from a chart standpoint, just doesn't look good. So it all depends on what kind of strength is going to come from it in the future. But that's definitely something, if you want to track it, definitely keep me posted about that. And the last thing we'll check out will be C content, I think. C content. Wait a minute. M content. I can read. Interesting. All right. So it's a super shit coin. It's got how many zeros in front of it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. Let's see. I'm guessing it's only DeFi. Anything else getting? Oh, it's on Bitmart. Oh, that's kind of cool. I can't believe something like this is on Bitmart. M content's on Bitmart, and what's it called? Isn't even metrics isn't even on Bitmart yet. So just it pisses me off. Bling bling to the shit coins. Bling bling. I don't know what to make of it completely. You know what? Let's check out that spot that I was talking about. Hold on. Let's see if I can chart it there. The chart's not too bad. So if whatever, I'd have to see like the DeFi area it's involved in, because just because these surges come out of nowhere, when price drops, it's always like, well, is this a good time to buy? Is this the time where I should go jump in? And it's a big maybe. So let me see if I can find the site that I'm talking about. This is it. So you see up top, Poo Coin charts. I got the low amount last year and did like 35 times today, and then there's a 30%. Good night, bud. Got in low amount last year, so I guess it's been around for a little bit. Love you. Let's see. That might be my No. Okay, forget it. Let's see. C M content. M content. So you see now how I can chart it, Zach? This is the PooCoin charts that I was talking about. So you see how we can chart it now, even though it normally doesn't allow you to on TradingView, but I'm charting it now. So check it out. Very nice uptrend. Let me pull this down. So this would have been, the actual address is poocoin.app. That's the actual address, and that's where you guys can go to find DeFi stuff, and you can chart the DeFi stuff on this site. So that's why it's so important to me. I visit it every day because you can chart all kinds of stuff that you normally can't chart. So by the way, Mr. Gade, if you want to check this out on the chart yourself, check out this PooCoin charts. So it's PooCoin, it's PooCoin.app. And you know what I'll do is I'll put it in Facebook. So this way you guys can grab onto it for some reason if you're having trouble with it. But here, see the address right here? PooCoin.app. See it up top? So I'd imagine if you typed in PooCoin app. Yep, it's the first one up top. So if you type in to Google PooCoin app, boom, there you go. And it's a great place to go to to get your PooCoin chaps on. 2 P's? No, just one. Did you see that I just punched it in Google and it was the first one that came up? PooCoin chart. And it's the first one. Yeah, you got it, man. Enjoy. So M content. I don't know a lot about it, but could this be a possibility? It's kind of stinks because I don't know a lot about it. This M content. I don't really know what it does. I'd have to go through the white paper, that kind of thing. From a chart standpoint, this is, of course, not a good thing because we have just broken the trend, right? So I know I can mess with this a little bit. That's the other thing, is doing it on this site, it doesn't give you a whole lot of stuff to play with. I know. No, I guess it's not going to let me play with lines. Oh, there we go. So here, so as we can see, we had this really nice uptrend. The uptrend got broken. So now it fell quite a bit. That's like a 20-30% drop, maybe. It's not showing them, huh? Yeah, I don't know, Zach. I'm seeing them. I'm seeing what some of them are, so maybe some aren't going through. I don't know. But yeah, that's the PooCoin chat. What do I feel about M content? Well, I'll tell you what, man. Throwing $100 into something like this is absolutely totally worth it in my opinion, because this kind of stuff, if it drops a couple zeros, you could be looking at 10 grand just like that for $100. You know what I mean? Now all that stuff doesn't happen all the time, but with a lot of these coin, it can happen. So how do I feel about M content? I really don't know. I'd have to look into it a little bit more, but to me, DeFi is a scary place. DeFi is a place where rugs get pulled and money gets lost and money gets sometimes made. To me, it's almost a little bit too much of a gamble. But with that said, I do stuff on DeFi. So, gauge your own risk and go from there. Well, guys, that's going to be it. We made it to an hour and 15 minutes. So that is my show for the night. That was Conquering Crypto Tuesday evening. We will be back, of course, Friday night going through more of this stuff. Hopefully our Bitcoin reversal can continue, because that is going to be super important for the rest of the market to continue. We got to check out a lot of coin tonight, and I'll be posting up new stuff all week. I also will post the PooCoin charts. A buddy of mine, Mike, showed it to me, so I'll let everybody in the Facebook know. But that's it for tonight, guys. My name is DeMarco. Thank you, Mr. Gade, and let me know if you ever want to put more coin out. We'll check them out, my friend. This was Conquer Crypto. And Tuesday night, thanks guys for coming out. Find us on Facebook, Discord, TikTok, TradingView. If you want to tip me through Venmo. Like and subscribe because, you know, that helps us do better. And you guys are the best. Thanks so much, guys. Really, I appreciate you. See you on Friday, where hopefully we'll have even better news. I'm so excited about this market, man. You have no idea. I can't wait to start making big money again. I actually got my tax forms back in for this year, and I mean, I hate to say it, but I made too much money last year, and I'm really scared about what's going to happen with my taxes this year. Ugh. I'm so scared. Anyway, that's it for me tonight, guys. Peace out, and we'll keep going through everything throughout the week. Take care.